Let's change gears to the game that allowed the Steelers, when combined with Cardinals Seahawks, to be the last remaining unbeaten team in the NFL at 6-0. For the first time in 42 years, when Tony Dungy was a rookie on the Pittsburgh Steelers and led the Steelers in interceptions. It's funny. He was far more humble about it in rehearsal than during the show.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
In rehearsal, I think he actually didn't know he led the team in receptions that year. Once Mike Tirico told him, I saw a little bit of nostalgia come through for Tony. Hey, Tony, it's okay.
Yeah.
Be proud.
Yeah,
Be proud to think of all those guys on that team, Mel Blount, Donnie Shell, and this guy and that guy, Hall of Famers. Hell, he led that team in interceptions. Take it and run with it.
That's why I wasn't sure if he really knew. That's why you're right. In rehearsal, when he said it, I was like, maybe he didn't know all those great players.
I don't think he knew.
He was surprised as well. But, yeah, that's a pretty damn good one. Anytime you lead any statistical category on the Steel Curtain defense, you're a pretty damn good player.
So they get it done yesterday against the Tennessee Titans. And, big picture.
Yeah.
Which team did we learn more about?
I think
watching.
Pittsburgh.
I think we learned something about both of them.
We did.
I think we learned something about both.
Agreed.
Start with Pittsburgh.
I think we did. I think we learned Pittsburgh, first off, that defense, this was like a complete offense we had to see. Now, I know they let them back in the game, but, I mean, that was a dominant first half to an offense that has no weakness at all. I mean, Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill, they couldn't do anything in the first half. So I think, again, that just spotlights them to go, no matter how hot you think your running game is, you're going to play the Pittsburgh Steelers. You better find some other way because you're not just going to run the ball in Pittsburgh. And I think the thing I learned more than anything, Mike, was just Big Ben in the offense. I think it's the second week in a row we're seeing where, the short passing game and the run game, they're really good at it. They use the short passing game as kind of a de facto run game because they're still getting better at it. But able to control the ball, stay on the field, be efficient that way. I think that was the big thing at least I wanted to see from Pittsburgh from that standpoint. And, man, third downs and some of the drives they put together yesterday were very impressive.
Yeah, and look, it was all about stopping the run again. I spoke to T.J. Watt after the game, and he echoed what Cam Hayward said last week about the Browns. When you're facing a team with a running attack like that, you have to stop the run, and that takes steam out of the play-action passing game. And also it was a point of pride for the Steelers to go out there, especially in the first half, and keep Derrick Henry out of the secondary. That was the goal, and it worked until it didn't. I mean, in the second half, any other year, Titans down 27-7, they're done. It's over. Put a fork in them. And that's what I think we learned about the Titans, even in defeat. It's never over. They're never going to give up, and they're built to erase deficits. And they erased that deficit. And I think last year, the year before, I mean, they were just a team where once you had them down, it was done for the most part. Not yesterday, not against a great team like the Steelers. So, I think they can carry that away.
Yep.
To the extent that Mike Vrabel's looking for something that he can use to stoke his team in a positive direction, there's plenty that's there that he could point to that's negative to try to reinforce messages that way. But the positive is they didn't give up, they didn't quit, and that will serve them well later in the year and in the postseason.
Yeah, no, it definitely will. I mean, it at least gives them the confidence to go, wait, we're down by 20, we're down by 17. Well, we got the drop-back pass game that can do it. We don't need just to be Derrick Henry, balanced offense, play action passes, do all those things. They do not. They have a very impressive drop-back pass game. We know with some of those receivers, Adam Humphries, Corey Davis back in the lineup to go with A.J. Brown and company yesterday. There's a lot to defend there. So I do think there is some confidence there to be had, certainly. They ran into a team who I think wanted to prove a point yesterday, too, in Pittsburgh. I do. I think Pittsburgh had this marked on their calendar a little bit like, hey, everybody, Tennessee, they're the big bad football team, cool. But we're the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we're still a force to be reckoned with here. I think this was kind of their coming out party. Take notice of us. We are for real. Because even with the game and the comeback the Titans made, Mike, think about this too. Before the half, the stupid interception by Big Ben, they're in field goal territory. I mean, at halftime, what was it, 24-7? It should have been 27-7. And then, of course, that would have led to 30-7 instead of 27-7. We'll see where that goes, whatever. I know that. But even the bad interception in the fourth quarter down the middle, that was another field goal opportunity. So Pittsburgh, just like you say with Tennessee, they'll be able to take positives. Pittsburgh's going to be able to go away from the game and go, well, we should have won this game by 10, by 14, by 17 too. I'll be excited to watch a rematch. I think both of these teams are here to stay. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw this in the AFC Championship game. Would not be shocking.
And I think one of the things that's happened with the Steelers, they fight and scratch and claw against teams that were clearly inferior to them early on. But the thing is, when you come out of that game with the win, that gives you a little something. It gives you a little boost. It gives you a little swagger. And it builds on itself. And then you finally get a chance to play a team that is supposedly good in the Browns, although they found a way to redeem themselves yesterday, and you beat the crap out of them. Now you're feeling even better about yourself. See, that's the thing. Teams get better and teams get worse. They never stay the same. So whatever the Steelers were the first few weeks when they were trying to find their sea legs, they found them, and they blow out the Browns. They go to Tennessee and beat an unbeaten team. And now here we go. And oh by the way, Baltimore next week
is coming here.
Bingo.
Yeah.
At Baltimore. And while we're perusing the remainder of the Steelers schedule, other than the 2 games against Baltimore,
right,
and a trip to Buffalo week 14,
it's fairly easy, right?
Hey, 2 games against the Bengals, Washington, Jacksonville, Indianapolis. We're not quite sure who they are. That's later in the year. This Steelers team, with 6 wins in the bank to start the season and 10 games left. I mean,
watch out.
13-3. I'm looking at this schedule. 13-3 isn't just reasonable. 13-3, based on how they played so far this year, you could say is worst case for the Steelers, based on what we've seen so far this year. Well, it's all subject to change. But here's the thing.
Right.
Mike Tomlin is not going to let them look at the crap they went through last year. And I think that they're now reaping the benefits, Chris, of believing, of holding it together, of fighting through adversity. Because this year, the adversity's not there like it was last year.
Definitely
because
not.
they have a quarterback. And I think they learned a lot about themselves last year that's going to cause them to stay focused and keep taking these teams down one after another. And even if they should lose at Baltimore next week, which is arguably the toughest game left for them on the schedule, even if they lose that game, they're just going to keep going. And Tomlin will force them to keep going. This is a team that is going to be
Super Bowl contender.
They're going to be there.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying they're going to be in the Super Bowl.
No,
but
they're
one of the last few.
No, but I'm saying they're down that short list of teams where you're willing to say right now they could win the Super Bowl. Like there's no, we're sitting here. I have no problem saying that. We're sitting here week 7 NFL season right now. I can tell you that Pittsburgh's in that small group of teams that you go, they can win the Super Bowl. I mean, we could sit here and name them off right now. I don't know. I mean, right now, just how do you feel comfortable? I feel comfortable Tennessee could win a Super Bowl, Pittsburgh can win a Super Bowl, Kansas City, and Baltimore in the AFC. And the NFC,
and Tampa.
And then, in the NFC, I was going to go over there. I'm going to go Tampa for sure, no doubt about it. And, yes, Seattle and New Orleans, I'm going to throw them in there as well. But
Tampa and New Orleans. I'm not ready.
And I'm not ready to run out the 49ers yet either. I'm not ready.
Yeah, well,
I'm not. Not
we'll talk about them next.
Kyle Shanahan, he's got them going. But our point is, we like what we see from Pittsburgh, and they are legit. And I think the big thing is, to me, Mike, more than anything, and it just seems like we knew the defense was good. They've worked out some of the kinks where they let some teams hang around early on in the year and all that. But it's really Big Ben, Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson coming back, James Conner, and the offensive line have all just come together here just recently, ever since the Eagles game 3 weeks ago. And I think that gave me a different feel about their team altogether, where I just started to go, oh, wait, all right, they got a few ways they can beat you now. With the defense, the run game, the screens, the deep passes, they got a little of everything to throw at you now, and that's where they're dangerous. And I'm with you. I mean, it sounds like you've traded in purple for black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
No.
Oh, bull crap.
I'm enjoying. No. I'm just enjoying the season. Yeah. And here's the thing. With Ben Roethlisberger, even though he wasn't perfect yesterday, he is keenly aware of his legacy. Yep. At one point before the season, he spoke of an aspiration to win Super Bowls, multiple Super Bowls. I mean, think about it. He's pushing 40. But there's an urgency there. The team is so much better this year, and I think what they went through last year really has helped them reach the level that they're at.
You're right.
And they're just going to keep pushing and pushing. We'll keep pushing through what happened yesterday.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.